Hey, okay, so let's see. What are we going to talk about today? Time blocks versus time savers, one, the other, or both. But of course, before we get there, let me start here and say, hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShawn Henry here, aka Sister Seth. Always excited to share some smart things you can do to work on your money, marketing, and sales goals too. So, hey there. Hey, the beautiful Miss Stacy is in the building. Hey, my awesome photographer, Stacy Pierce Photography is here. Welcome, my dear. So, you guys know that I've been talking to you about content creation over the last few days, or actually, I should say, over the past few weeks. I've been talking about content creation, implementation, and more. And I figured that I would do a quick power pause so I can talk to you guys about productivity because essentially, sometimes we're not as productive as we would like to be, right? So, of course, make sure that you let me know who you are and where you are, number one. And number two, if you're new to me, mwah. Number three, make sure if you're catching me on the replay side, you can drop into the comment box, hashtag replays rock. So this is day number 4. And what I want to do is actually talk to you about some of my favorite time-based conversations. Time blocks, number 1, time savers, number 2. So really simple question for you. Can you set aside short time blocks anywhere between 1 hour to 3 hours to work on some of your important tasks this week? This is a big one because I always tell you guys random effort equals random results. And if you feel like your business is not progressing as much as you would like to, or you feel like things don't happen the way you want them to, a part of that is because you're like, okay, I can't find the time to get this stuff done versus consistently and intentionally making the time, right? So I want to say maybe Thursday or Friday, my son said to me, he was like, can we go and see Sonic? And can I invite some of my friends? And I'm like, fine. Right? So, did I plan on going to Sonic to see that on Saturday? No, but I love him. He drives me crazy, but I love him, right? So I was like, okay, fine. But with that thought in mind, I set aside some time blocks to get the groceries before I left, to do some cleaning before I left, time blocks so that I could work on some of my personal projects and also fit in the time to take him and his friends to the movies, right? That's intention. So sometimes we go, man, how can I get this all done? Name those times, right? So literally, this is grocery cleaning time. For me, there's time that I work on live, doing these lives with you every day. That's my web class session, right? I've set aside time for that. Or DDIP. I don't know if you've got or you've heard me talk about my DDIP Daily Domination Implementation Program for 365 days. I'm committed to sharing with my mentees things that they can do to work on their implementation every single day, right? And to do that, I carve out time blocks. Now, that's number 1. Let's talk about number 2, time savers. Okay. So I said to you, I'm working through DDIP. And literally, I think I'm on 74 now. I think maybe a day or two ago, I said to you guys, I had created up to day 70 worth of content. Now I'm on day 74. How do I do that? Well, I sit down in these time blocks, and one of my favorite time savers is what I call bulk tasking, right? So I will do anywhere between 2 to 3, and in some cases, 7 days worth of DDIP content so that I can schedule that information out to my audience. Now, I say that to say this. Here's 2 things that I'm actually going to navigate over here. Moving cameras. I want to actually share a little bit more, but here's what I'm going to do. Graham, I'm going to pop off the Instagram for a second because I feel like something's going on the other platforms and I want to check it out. So if you're following me on the gram, thank you so much. Watch the live, catch the replays, but you can also watch the full sessions over on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Alrighty, my dearest. I'm going to pause as I'm having this conversation with you guys on content creation because sometimes technology doesn't want to work nicely with me. And so I just want to make sure that cancel. I just want to make sure that we're good. on the other platforms before I talk a little bit more about time savers. Because if this session is not working, I may have to restart it. That we're good on the other platforms before I talk a little bit more about time savers. Because if this session. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like I'm good. I literally popped on over to, as you can see, you probably heard the replay. There's a little bit of a delay, which works for me. Just kind of popped over to Facebook to check that there. Okay, so now that I've checked to make sure that I'm not having technical issues, at least super, super bad ones, um, time savers, okay? One of them that works really, really well for me is to bulk task my content. So I just mentioned that to you that sometimes for my DDIP program, I'll sit and work on anywhere between 2, 3, 5, 7 days at most so that I can schedule out that material. That's a huge time saver for me, number one. Number two, I tend to be a time saver for some of my clients, who come to me and say, LaShonda, I need to get this done. Can you do it for me? Whether it be doing graphics for them or web work for them, being able to set something up. So, I want you to, number one, as I mentioned before, think about, can you carve out some specific time blocks to help you be more productive this week? Number one. And number two, do you know of any time savers, things that work really well for you and help you be more productive that you can integrate into your week? If you don't have any particular time savers that work for you, consider doing some time blocks where you carve out some time to, I call it bulk tasking, other people call it batching, but getting some work done that you can schedule out into the future. That's one personal strategy, but my goal here is that you think about possibly other strategies that have worked well for you when it comes to time saving conversations. And I even mentioned to you that for some of my clients, I'm their time saver, right? I assist them in getting things done quickly and on schedule. Is that something that you have accessible to you? Maybe not even just me, but thinking about other people around you who can support you and help you carve out time or help you finish some of these projects that you're working on. Okay. So bulk tasking, it's one of my favorite time savers. If you've listened to me at all, you absolutely know that I love to use my templates because they save me time, right? And I mean, there are a ton of other things that I wanted to do, but more important than me sharing those recommendations with you, I wanted you to be able to just kind of sit with yourself and think about what works for you. Okay, so this is a really quick productivity challenge check-in, like I mentioned before, time blocks versus time savers, one, both, or one or the other. Decide which of those you are going to choose. Work on your productivity and your profit too. And I'll be right back here tomorrow with you for some more clarity and a dose of direction. Till then, my friends, take care. Bye.